Pete Madeley, Express and Star. Mr Corbyn, you warned in your speech about Britain being in hock to Donald Trump, but in terms of manufacturing, don't you and him have something in common in that you're both putting your countries first?
Hannah Griffiths.
Hi, Hannah Griffiths, LBC and Heart Radio. A quick question on MOD Scampton, which has been announced that it will close. How does that fit? MOD Scampton, the RAF Scampton, where the home of the Red Arrows. How does that fit with what you've been talking about the future of the armed forces and how they will be funded and how they will be invested in by Labour?
Okay. Neil Elks.
I'm still not clear on what your view on Brexit is and how it compares with the view of the party. In some ways, you seem to be saying that there can be benefits from this, but at the same time, you're saying that, that there's a potential for disaster. So bearing in mind that you're not in government at the moment, that you're not in control of the process, what do you suggest is the future?
Okay. Pete from Express and Star, thanks very much for your question. Nobody's ever said they had anything in common with Donald Trump before, so it's news to both of us, I suspect. Donald Trump is promoting some awful ideas in the United States and in relation to other countries, such as the war with Mexico and his attitude towards Muslim people. Is he promoting a form of economic nationalism? To some extent, yes. Are we promoting economic nationalism? No, what we're promoting is an investment in manufacturing in this country and an investment in industrial development in this country. But Britain is very, very different from the United States. Obviously, we're a much smaller country, but we're also a country that absolutely has to trade with the rest of the world. That's where Birmingham grew up, that's where Manchester grew up, the North East and so on, all on the basis of exports and of trade. And so whilst the USA might decide it can create a massive internal market that's sufficient to sustain all its industries, many would question that, but if that's a view they might take, it simply couldn't and wouldn't work in this country. What I'm proposing is that the state use what powers and influence it has over procurement and investment and in education to promote the manufacturing base in this country. I gave the figures. We've gone from being a substantially manufacturing economy to a financial services based economy. That's why we were so badly hit by the banking crisis of 2008, and other countries were less badly hit because they had a stronger manufacturing base. My whole project is to improve the manufacturing base and the innovation that goes with it. For too long in this country, we've turned our backs on innovation and development. You think of all the things that were developed in this country, from the linear motor to the computer to so many other things that were developed. Because of the lack of ambition of the finance sector,